Welcome to Joellen's Kitchen. Today we're going to make something that I found a recipe for in my great aunt Sadie's notebook. This is where she kept her recipes. They're all handwritten in no certain order, but this very first one is coconut custard. My mother used to make it, and I'm sure she got the recipe from her mother and her Aunt Sadie. And I never had the recipe, and I found it in here, so I'm excited to share it with you today. I have some water boiling. We're going to use the double boiler method. I remember Mom having water boiling on the bottom and then another pot on top, and then that you have to constantly stir it. But the first thing I'm doing, I'm making a double batch right away because I think we're really going to enjoy this. And what we have to do is make sure that we can get the yolk of 4 eggs out. So I started cracking my eggs, and we got the yolks. Whoops, caught it. The yolks will go in a little bit later. First we're going to put the empty pot on top of the boiling water. For the double batch, 4 cups of milk. And we'll see how we do here. All right. And again, we don't want it to burn, so we do have to get a spoon and continue to stir it. We also need a teaspoon of vanilla, so I'm going to put 2 cupfuls in there. And once we bring this to a boil, then we're going to add our egg yolks and some sugar. If it's the first time you join me, what I do is grease the bottom and sides of a pie pan. That way the dough gets extra flaky and it doesn't stick, so I can get it out without breaking the pie. I use the stick Crisco. You could use butter if you like, but it makes it real handy to hold on to the paper. To these egg yolks, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm going to work on mixing them in there really good. Okay, there's my cornstarch and egg yolks. I'm waiting on my milk to boil some. I have 2 cups of sugar ready to go. My shortcut today is to use Pillsbury ready crust, so all I have to do is unroll it into my pie plate. I fluted the edges, and now I'm just going to prick it on the bottoms and the sides so that I can bake it. We bake this shell empty and pour the filling in after it's baked. Make sure you do both pie crusts. I'm going to get my pie crust baking. Okay, I'm going to add my 2 cups of sugar. and my egg yolks and cornstarch mixture. To use a bigger pot. That other one just wasn't big enough. But I'm ready to add my coconut. I'm adding 2 1/2 cups of coconut. Now we have to make the meringue with the egg whites. So we want to add 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar, sugar 1/3 to 1, little bit at a time, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, it's been cooking a long time and it's got some body to it. It's not real thick, but I figure it's going to set up some more in the oven. So at this time, I'm going to attempt to pour my pudding into my pie crust, and we'll see how that goes. Try and get 1/2 in each one. Oh, it's a little sloppy. And if I have leftovers, we'll just have some custard cups. Not a problem. Oh, I think I can get it all in there. As we blended in our 1/3 cup of sugar into our egg whites, we were able to get them this nice, billowy, fluffy egg white. And we want to put this on top of our pies and then bake it just a light brown. And if you want, you can play with it to try and get a couple of peaks in there. Just make it look a little bit fancy.